So this is the bunny I painted last night. I uploaded the video because that also got lost. And for the pom-poms, I am going to make a wool one and I'm going to make a fabric one. So I'm going to use this bowl because I think it's the right size. It's about, yeah, the tape is smaller than the, okay, so we'll just use this. The pom-pom might be too big, but then I will just cut it smaller. That should be quick and easy. I am just going to cut. I need to make 2 of these. And I am going to use a little paint thing to make the thing in the middle. And I just like move it around until I think it's in the middle. It's all good if it's just close to the middle. The perfectionists in here can totally measure it and keep on going, but I am always like the quickest, easiest way to do things. That's how I do it. Okay, I need to come a little bit more this way. Let me sit here right by the wall. So I am just gonna cut it out with my scissors. No need to worry if it's not totally perfect. And then I'm gonna get the middle. I think this hole is too big, so I'm just gonna cut on the inside of the hole. I'm not gonna go look for something smaller. This might be too small. Oh no, this would be better. Just use what you have. You want about I would say this is like a 1-inch hole. Let's get it here. You don't want the hole too small because you need to be able to put your fingers through it. And I'm just cutting 2 pieces of cotton. Fold it. Cut a little slit so I can actually get the scissors in there. Just keep on cutting away. You can totally paint this bunny on acrylic also. The pattern that's downloadable on my website is a 16 by 16 inch, so it will fit on a 16 by 20 canvas. You might have a little bit more space on top and at the bottom. Maybe make the basket a little longer if you paint on canvas, or you can resize it with block poster. There is a 1-page PDF to download, and you can just go into block posters. It's free and you can resize it. Okay, so now I have my 2 circles cut. Okay, oopsie, yeah, that's not too crooked. Okay, so I'm gonna make a white one with white wool, and all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna I'll keep the tip in this hand, and I'm just gonna throw it down on the floor and unwind some of the wool. Not too much because then it's gonna get tangled. We'll rather do this more than once. Don't want that to tangle up. I'm just gonna put the 2 strings in my hand, and now I'm just I'm putting the 2 together, just trying to get to the end of this. There's the end, another 2 strings, get to the end of this. So now I have 8 strings, a piece of 8. And before I do that, I am going to put something in the middle here. And I'm just gonna keep a piece out there. I'm gonna stick this on, so I'm just gonna stick this piece onto there so I can get to it easily. And I want it to be out quite long. So I'm gonna go through the middle of this. I want to make sure we get the circle, like it's that I'm gonna grab that in my circle. You can totally come back afterwards and also do the little this. Just grab it over here. Now I'm just gonna go around with my wool like this. I'm gonna skip a little bit so I make sure I have that middle piece in here. Because that's the piece we're gonna tie it up with. Go around one more time. Come around here. And then all I'm going to do with this part is I just tuck it in somewhere so I don't lose it. There we go. Okay, we're going to need a lot more wool here. Just going to keep on doing what I just did. Make some more. Let's get some wool. I have this end in my hand. So I'm just going to get to another end. Keep the two together. Keep it in your hand. Until I have 8 pieces of wool together. See, it's not very long, it's like a yard. So I'm just gonna go through here, pull it up a little bit past the cotton, and now I'm just gonna keep on going around. Keep on pulling these out that let's try and tuck these in. There we go. So what I'm going to do with my string now is I'm going to try and open up a little bit around here. Going to open it. Going to take the piece of sticky tape off. Going to make sure I do not cut this string. And I'm going to cut around that. Oops. Just open it up a little bit. Get some sharper scissors. And just start cutting away. I am holding my finger so that these don't fall out of the, I'm like just pinching it. So I hold on to this wool over here. So I don't want them to fall out. And now that I'm halfway through, like I cut half of them, my little sandwich, I am going to take this wool and I am just going to tie it up, and that will close up your hole. It will pull these that you've just cut towards your hole. Just make a double knot there. There we go. Now I'm just going to keep on cutting, make sure I don't cut these. Just open it up, keep on cutting. Oops, I'm cutting the cotton. And then I have a few loops. Yeah, those were the little extra pieces. There's another closed loop. Okay, so now I've tied it. I have all of this. Now I can just take this off. So I'm just going to tear this off. And you will see you can still like kind of separate it there where you have these things, your long string. And what I usually do is I put a pin in, like a bobby pin. I just tie that in there, and that's how I attach it to my pillow. So I'm just gonna, I don't make a knot over here. So that is attached. Make a few knots. Then I'm just going to cut this to the same length as the others are. Close the bobby pin so I don't, by accident, put it in. So now I have a pom-pom. And you want your pom-pom is like flat on the one side. And then this side is what's going to be the tail. So now you just give it a haircut. You can just cut all they're not all the same length. So I just cut off all the little longer pieces that I can see. Fluff it out a little bit. Trim around here. Just mix them up a little bit. Just try and keep the round shape. You can also take a brush and brush this out. Makes it a lot more fluffy. Still a little big compared to that one. It's very big compared to that one. So you can make your circle smaller if you want to. Or just keep on cutting. And it will get thicker and thicker. Okay, so now I'm going to make the fabric paint one. And because this one is so big, I'm going to cut my circle a little smaller. So I'm just cutting like a little bit off all around. Let's make the fabric one. So for the fabric one, I'm also gonna, you can use string, or I'm also gonna use, you can even use the fabric. I'm gonna use a little bit of, I see I didn't, over there. I'm gonna use a little bit of the fabric pom-pom is bigger on this bunny, so we'll see what it looks like. I am going to do exactly the same. Let's take all of this junk away. I am going to put a piece of wool there just to tie it up with. You can use a piece of fabric also. I'm just going to put it over there. sticker down. Oh, where's the tape? There's a small piece of tape. I just want them to stay together. You saw it wasn't hard to take the tape off before I started cutting it. Okay, so now for the fabric, you can take any color fabric. I sometimes just keep the cut-offs that I do when I sew. And I can totally use these also to make these little rag pom-poms. So all I do is I cut little, oh, you can't see, I cut little indents in there, like half an inch apart. Depends on how wide you want your strips to be. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take this, pull. I should have done it. There we go. Just, oh, I have no strength left. Pull it and pull. I'm sure the one's this morning. There we go. Just pulling it apart. If you're looking for the printout to paint the bunny, go to my website, to my freebies. I have a lot of downloadable freebies. You can watch the actual painting of those freebies on YouTube, where I paint them. Okay, let's start the process. So I have my little one, and I have this in there. I'm gonna put this on top, hold it down, so I have the loop going around of the wool. I should have used the color. Can you see there? I have the loop going around. And now I'm just gonna put this, and I'm gonna get like 2. I'm just gonna take 2 pieces for now, because I just want to make sure this tight, or just take 1. I'm just gonna try and tie this loop that's in here a little bit, so it doesn't come out. I'm just gonna do this on the one side. So this way I can, I'm just gonna tuck that underneath, pull it up. This way I know this loop of wool that's inside is staying in there. Okay, so for now I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Just gonna keep them together. Gonna, I want it this way. I'm gonna push it through, hold it up to the edge, let it come over a little bit and go over them. And then I'm just gonna pull all of this around, pull all of this through, all of them through. Just grab them over there, pull them through. And then over here, I'm just gonna push this under there so it doesn't loosen up. Get my next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get them all together. Just gonna come from underneath. That's just how works the easiest for me. And I'm just gonna keep on going here where I were. Keep this away. Just gonna, yeah, you see. You can turn it around if it doesn't feel right. I just like to push it, grab it over here. That's my way of getting them. Maybe I need to. Okay, so now I'm close to here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and open it up a little bit here where the wool is. I have to take the glasses off so I can actually see. And there's my little piece that I tied the wool with. I'm taking that out by just pulling on it. Okay, so you want to make sure you do not cut your wool. So make sure you pull it away and you just cut a little bit. Use the sharper scissors. Here we go. If you cut it by accident, it's not the end of the world. We can always fix that. I cut a little bit of it. Feel like I cut from there to there. That's halfway through. What I'm going to do now is I am going to take this and just tie it up. So you just twist it, untwist it, and just go in there. Just go in there. There we go. We are just closing up the hole as much as we can. We might have to come back and tie it a little bit again. Just making a knot there. Okay, so now just keep on cutting. Almost done. There we go. So now if you forgot to tie it, you can just cut it, and then you can come in here and just in between the two pieces of carton, you just put a piece of wool. You go around with it in between, and you just tie it up as tight as you can get it. I'm pulling it again. Now I'm pulling it as tight as I can. Okay, so that's, so I made a knot over there. I usually like to put my little bobby pin in now, because that's how I tie it to the pillowcase. So you can just tie this up. Oh, and I tied it in the wrong. You want to tie it there where the head is on that one, or even through the hole there. Okay, so that's all tied up. Just going to leave a little piece there. And now you can just take this off. You can just tear it apart. Close the bobby pin so it doesn't stick you in the fingers. Okay, so now here where the bobby pin is, this is going to be my back, so I usually hold it like this, almost like you would hold a cup. And there's your fluffy tail that you can also now just cut those extra pieces that were longer or shorter. Sometimes you'll have a loop if you see it. Just do this a little bit so all those long pieces will come out, so you can cut them off. The ends and the beginnings of the, when you did the, put it around. There we go. And that's what it will look like on the bunny.